What we're going to do now is create the actual Lambda. And you may be wondering why we're not creating an S3 bucket, because we already have this bucket made, okay? All we're going to do is create a new folder within it, and you don't need to create a new folder for that. That's just like we can have the Lambda already do that for us. But we're going to be using the same bucket actually, okay? So we're going to create this Lambda function. So let's go back to Lambdas. We're going to hit Lambda, hit create function. What are we going to name this? Let's just call this contract textract. And then we're going to make it Python 3.12. Scrolling down, I do like to do ARM64. That's just my personal thing. And then I think we can just hit create function. All right. Close this out. What we need to now do is actually put in the Lambda code. So I already had that pre-made. This code right here is essentially what we're going to be needing to use Lambdas within SQ, or use Textract within SQS queues. Okay, so that's why we have a wait for job function, right? So we're waiting for a job from Textract. We also have the collect text, and we're writing everything. This is all for Textract right here, and then how to process the bucket. But notice in the handler, the key thing I want to show you guys is that we're doing it based off the SQS record. Okay, that's the key thing, because again, we're using SQS queues for all this. But yeah, this is just overall basic way to extract via Textract. So I'm using the get documents text detection, and we're just pulling it by blocks. Okay, so very straightforward. Nothing too crazy with this. All we have to do then is hit deploy. So it's going to deploy the code, and now it's successfully updated this Lambda function. And now what we need to do is a couple things. We need to give this Lambda function permissions to access the raw files from the same S3 bucket that it's going to be pulling from, and to be able to push data into the same S3 bucket, right? And we also have to give it access to the SQS queue that we built to actually get these messages from it as well, okay? So to do that, let's go back to Lambdas, and then what we're going to do is go to configuration, and we're going to do the same thing like what we did before, okay? So let's go to permissions right here, and then add permissions. So we're at configuration. What we're going to then do is hit this role name, just like what we did before, right? And then we're gonna do add permissions, and then create inline policy, select, because that's what I personally like to do. And then we're gonna copy and paste this. So let's go through this. What does this allow us to do? It allows us to get objects from contract processing log, because it's gonna need to pull in, remember, for this Textract to work, to convert this PDF into the text, it needs to pull the raw PDFs from this bucket, right? From that folder, okay? So there's that. Also, we need to put objects into this folder, and it's going to create this folder, Textract, right? And then also, we need to allow it to have access to Textract to begin with, right? It needs to be able to get these functions. So allow Textract, get start document text detection, get document text detection, right? And also allow it for SQS, and we're going to define the specific for the SQS queue for the contract Textract queue that we defined already. So this you can just grab through here, right? So this is the text queue that we made. You just copy and paste that over. Okay, so, and it allows us to receive messages, delete messages, get queue attributes, and we just hit next. And let's just name this contract textract policy, and create policy. And now the last thing we need to do, okay, as you can see, this is a lot of steps. The last thing we're going to do, we're going to refresh this just in case. We then need to go to add triggers, because now this Lambda function has no trigger right now. This is just a Lambda function that's expecting an SQS message, but there's no, like, we gave it permission to access the SQS queue, but we need to give it, we need to actually set the trigger for SQS, these new messages of these new PDFs to actually send into this Lambda. So we're going to hit add trigger, select source, SQS, and then we just need to find our contract textract queue right here. We're gonna do batch size to be 1, just to make things simple. So it's gonna be 1 PDF per invocation. So that means if we set it to more, that means we would have more PDFs per Lambda call, but that's not what we need. And it keeps retries very clean. And activate trigger on, and then all we have to do is just hit add. And now this is all wired up, okay? So to test this, what we can then do is, let's go back to DocuSign. So this is all, just to give context, this is all built out as of right now. So what should happen is, if I have a newly signed document from DocuSign, we should have a new Textract file in our S3 bucket, given that this works, obviously, right? So let's go test this out. So let's find developer. So we are back in Textract, or not, we're in DocuSign, I mean. And let's go now and set up a new agreement, like another fake agreement. So I'm gonna hit start, send an envelope. I'm gonna do the same thing like what we did before. So I'm just gonna use So I'm going to use the same exact agreement that we had prior. I'm going to make me the signer, same agreement, and then literally do the same exact process. So again, let's see, let's just add me as the signer. Oh, this is the old one, but whatever, doesn't. So let's do signature here. Again, doesn't matter. We're just testing this just for the hell of it, right? I'm going to hit send. And again, the whole point, do you want to sign this now? Let's just sign this now. Okay, sign, finish. Now, this webhook is now this triggers this whole pipeline that we just built here, right? And given that this is correct, we should very soon have a new file in our S3 bucket that we can go check, and we can check CloudWatch as well. So let's start with Cloud. So we know everything else runs fine, right? We know up to here runs fine. So let's go check the CloudWatch logs for this contract extract queues. And also, before we test this, something I forgot to include actually that is super important is for this contract extract, we need to make sure that timeout, as lambdas are automatically set to like 3 seconds long and lower memory. We need to do that. We will get an error, or the Lambda function will time out if we set it to this, just because AWS Textract does take some time to run. So we're gonna set this to 5 minutes and just set the memory to be, instead of 120 gigabytes, like 1024, just in case the contract is kind of long, and hit save. And now we should be good to test this. So now that it's triggered, let's go look. So now looking at the CloudWatch logs for our Textract Lambda, as you can see here, it runs very smoothly, starting Textract for the specific file, right? And then the Textract jobs occurring, and then it writes to this S3 bucket. And if we go to the S3 bucket, right, this is our same one with the raw data before. It has a Textract folder now, as we can see, right? And as you can see here, there is a folder now in our Textract file, which is from our most recent run. And now the txt file, let's look at what it looks like. Let's open this up. And now this is the contract, as you can see, but now that we have it in a txt file, and more importantly, a string form rather than a raw PDF image, right? Like, this is something that is like an actual string that we can edit, and more importantly, throw in, and they even captured our signature, right? Look at that. And more importantly, we can throw this inside of, say, a prompt to, say, Claude, GPT, whatever it works. Now that's a raw string that we can push in, okay? But yeah, guys, that is how this pipeline is working so far. As you can see, it's running pretty smoothly. We have built all the way up to here. And again, we have retries set up and DLQ set up with SQS queue. And if anything did pop up, this is where it shows on our SQS queue. So you just type in SQS here, right? You go to there, takes you to here. It would show messages in flight if it's still running, as for a contract Textract queue. If there's things still running, it would show messages in flight. That means that's messages that are still occurring, right? They're being processed. And if anything did fail and it gets sent to the DLQ, it would show messages available on contract text DLQ. But hey guys, that is where we're at right now. In the next video, we'll get into the actual AI side of like actual clause extraction, writing the prompts, and doing the same exact process like what we did before, just with that next Lambda function, okay?